may I ask number 8, Lisa, Miss Lisa, to start your presentation, please.
I would like you to take a moment to think about a child you know. It can be your son, daughter, brother, sister, best friend, or neighbor. Think about how happy you felt to have them in your arms and seeing their little smile. Think about them laughing with their friends as they play outside. What if now you suddenly hear an explosion and you run outside only to find them lying in a pool of their own blood? Unfortunately, this is a reality that often occurs in war-torn countries, a reality that most children in developed countries are completely unaware of. My name is Lisa Bera. I'm a Canadian, and I want to create a peaceful world with you. My essay explains that money is invested to manufacture weapons to fight battles when it should be invested to save the innocent people battling the pain to live another day. My video requests adults and educators to teach children about these world issues, why they exist, and what the impact is. The Yemen crisis began in 2011 and still occurs today. A BBC News article states that a political transition was set to occur, but while a new president struggled to face and solve the national issues, a rebel leader allied with unloyal security personnel decided to seize control of Yemen. This has resulted in 75% of Yemen's population to be requiring humanitarian assistance. This crisis has caused children to be impacted the most. It is quoted that 1 child dies every 10 minutes in Yemen. Can you imagine what deep sadness and fear you would feel if that child I told you to think about earlier, if today would be their last living day? The Yemen crisis has been occurring for 10 years now, but I only learned about it a few years ago. I'm fortunate to live in Canada, but I'm truly, truly upset that I was not educated about this reality that children much, much younger than me have to deal with and face this fear that they feel every single day of their lives. I believe that all school systems should teach their students about the current world issues. Through my schooling, I learned about Canada and its history. Yes, learning history is very good and beneficial, but not when it is used to prevent us teaching the children about current world issues. The Yemen crisis is just one of many. There also exist others like Myanmar, Uruguay Muslims, Venezuela, the Afghanistan war, and the Black Lives Movement. You may argue that 8-year-olds are far too young to learn about these harsh realities. So why is it that children half their age have to deal with double the amount of horrors than they ever know about? By educating the children and the youth from a young age, they will develop into leaders that want to create a peaceful world for everyone, to let everyone live as happily and safely and peacefully as they do themselves. Exposing the harsh truth to children now will ensure that the future holds peace and resolution. Science and engineering has been used to create weaponry in the past, but it is now time for a change. Instead, build technology that will detect and defuse bombs and landmines. We can even build filtration devices that will clean the contaminated water and resources. Stop spending millions on killing machines. Start spending it on life-saving machines. I want you to join me and to use your voice to bring attention to these world issues that occur today. We always talk about the freedom of speech, but how can we give others freedom if we don't speak? Educate children about the world conflicts and the racism that still occurs. Please don't avoid teaching us this truth, because otherwise we'll just repeat this circle of uneducated youth. By teaching children now, there will eventually be a happier life for everyone on earth. Empowering the youth today will allow them to develop into leaders that want to become peaceful and bring safety to everyone. Please stand with me to educate children about the worldly conflicts until they cease, because together we can all build world peace. Thank you for your listening and your attention.
Thank you, Lisa. That was wonderful, a wonderful and passionate speech. Now I would like to ask Mr. Vanderker to ask your first question, okay?
Okay, I had prepared some questions, but this was that was very powerful, very powerful. And so let me just, there's a number of questions I would have here, but what would be your opinion on the way financial markets affect peace around the world?
So financial markets, there are definitely different approaches that they take to like spread their company around the world, spread their like vision about their company. But I believe that if they put in more peaceful approaches and aspects into their work that they are creating and spreading globally, that they can really impact the whole entire society and benefit the world to become more peaceful, as well as that they're going to become well known, so it benefits them as well as the world. So with the financial issues like that some countries are not as rich or wealthy as others, they can instead, I believe that developed countries should help out to the less wealthy countries and provide them with that support that they need, with the guidance and that just helping to contribute themselves into their own lives and helping them to bring out the best that other country could possibly be. Also, I believe that these developed countries should also educate the youth and the children about what they are doing to help contribute these other countries. Like I know when I was in elementary school, because of what happened to Haiti, our school decided that we would get milk bags. Milk bags are what you find in Canada for milk. And so they was used to create and weave like beds for the people who had lost their homes in Haiti. So I believe that using the finance from from developed countries can really benefit the countries who are struggling through these world crises and really improve their economy like that, their strength, and build peace around the world. Thank you.
Thank you. Of course, investment decisions also affect the production of armaments. And so I thought you might tackle that too. That was that was such a powerful speech. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. George. And next we'll have Professor Ruth to present you your second question, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. It was certainly a very striking presentation, and I couldn't agree more. I have been very connected to Yemen at this time, and so your emphasis beginning with what is going on there and has gone on, as you said, for more than 10 years was so important. And I absolutely agree. Children need to know about this. But I wonder if you could say something about organizations that are on the ground making a difference and how children can think both in terms of giving and also in terms of future careers. The one that I'm particularly connected to in terms of Yemen is Doctors Without Borders, MSF. But there are many other such organizations which are there trying to save the children from the bombs on the streets and support in the medical emergencies and so on. And it seems to me education about what they're doing and how children in Canada can participate in that is also key. So if you could just comment on that.
So I agree that there are definitely a lot of organizations out there that are benefiting the world, trying to bring peace to everyone, helping those that are struggling and in need and really need humanitarian assistance. They are helping to save these lives so they can live as peacefully as like people in developed countries do, such as me. Like in Canada, we live very, very freely. And I know that there are organizations like the UN, UNICEF, UNESCO, there, like you mentioned, Doctors Without Borders, there's Free the Children. These are all these different organizations that help to not only help the children and the people, the population in these underdeveloped countries and these war-torn areas, but also they educate the children in every country to help them become more leaders and just change their mindset into becoming more morally responsible, becoming a better, stronger. They want to use their voice for good. They want to bring peace to the world, help those in need. So then eventually everyone will finally live a peaceful life. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor, and thank you, Lisa. That was very passionate. Thank you very much.